Welcome back to another Tera Plays Tera video. So in today's video, we are going to go over Tera Console's 102.01 build update, but obviously we're going over everything in the game. If you missed the patch notes, check out my last video where I go over all the patch notes in detail. To understand, if you have checked out that patch notes, that some things have been changed a little. And the biggest thing is, at least the Warriors, we currently do not have our buff to Poison Blade. This is due to the fact that Traverse Cuts was overriding it, and the devs want to change the way this works. They want Poison Blade to be the priority, which it should be because it's the stronger buff. At the same time, originally when released, I thought that it was going to be Poison Blade and Traverse attack speed was together. No, it's either one or the other. So Poison Blade should override Traverse Cuts, and right now that's not happening. So hopefully that'll be fixed. The buff really isn't massive at that point. Poison Blade, I think, is only an extra 0.3% attack speed, which overall is nice, but Poison Blade is also kind of clunky, so it is what it is. But it's a buff. It's a buff, so you know, is what it is. But I do want to dive into actually what we have gotten and kind of cover the changes in the game, showing off what I can show off versus, you know, just showing the actual patch notes, you know, on the website. So to start off with, as always, we'll go over dungeons, and you can see CAThm and Rampaging Arcanine are the top two dungeons. Rampaging Arcanine needs a lot of looking into. From what I understand, they really increased the difficulty, which I think is smart, especially because Rampaging Arcanine is our world leaderboard dungeon, which I'll cover probably more about that in a future video. The whole, you know, event that's going on once there's more information to it, and seeing if the devs will release anything else. Just because right now it doesn't seem like much is being really released, and there's some questions I have for them. But within that, these are our top two dungeons along with Dreadspire. Cursed AA is still in the game as a 470, so they didn't remove anything to bring in Rampaging, which is always fun. But again, Rampaging has some questions left to be unsettled, thus being it only gives diamonds. Now, I haven't ran it yet. I'll probably run it after this recording once my team is available, but not too sure if I will be running it tonight either. As soon as I do run it, I'll try to release more information about it. But I have heard that it's buggy. I don't know if it's just buggy because it's, you know, buggy in general, or if it's because they did something to make it buggy. I'm not 100% sure. It could also be the people saying that it's buggy is it's not. They're used to normal Arcanine, where Rampaging has different mechs. So, but as always, I do have a guide on Rampaging Arcanine, and if my guide needs to be updated for something like this, then I will do so, and I'll look into that. And if not, then I'll just kind of relink it to anyone who needs it. But that does leave, like I said, the concerns. The rewards for it definitely does not compare to CAThm, and the fact that it drops diamonds, where CAThm drops all of this, and where it only gives 1,200 gold and CAThm gives 30,000 gold. So I'm gonna assume that's not updated properly, and hopefully they look into that and fix that relatively soon. That is really it for dungeons. Everything else, like I said, is the same. We still have Rona's Manor instead of Darkreach Citadel, so I have no clue what's going on with Darkreach. I guess they just decided to not bring it back at all. I'll have to contact them, and we'll see if they can, you know, shed some light to me about it, and then I'll bring that to, of course, the daily or the bi-weekly news video I do. So that is the dungeons. Going into the dungeons, there is something that the devs added that I'm very happy to see, and this does relate to dungeons, and it is the fact that it should be under services that we finally have a Catalepticon hard dungeon reset. This is fantastic. I am happy that they finally released this. Yeah, it's just good. You know, I'd like to start seeing more reset scrolls being added in general. But, you know, at least they are giving us resets for dungeons. The next one I'd like to see is potentially a Rampaging Arcanine reset scroll. But, again, in time, we'll see if they add that. Maybe if they'll add it next season. And that's if Rampaging is even staying for more than a season, since it is meant to be this, you know, big yearly leaderboard. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, there's more information I think to come out about all of that, and to see if no, I don't know if we're only going to be able to see our class in NA and EU can see EU times only, or if we'll be able to see everyone's times. So we'll have to kind of wait around and see once people start clearing Rampaging. Alright, so that's all the dungeon stuff. Kata reset scrolls coming out. The next thing is a Battle Pass. There is a brand new Battle Pass season. Huh. I love it. They glitched it. That's great. Alright, I don't know if my game is just bugging out or if they messed it up on Xbox. I should have recorded literally after maintenance. I do apologize. I did end up looking through the Battle Pass, I do promise. I just didn't realize that, you know, it was going to be glitched after they did other hotfixes. So it is what it is. What I can tell you about the Battle Pass, at least from what I remember in Salt, is there's about 4 to 5 all dungeon reset scrolls inside of there. They are not free. You do have to have the Battle Pass and level it, but that's 4 or 5 reset scrolls that resets all of your dungeons, which is really nice for anyone who is either, actually in general, it's nice for anyone, because then you can run all of your favorite dungeons more, and you can kind of split your dungeons. Instead of running, let's say you absolutely hate Akalas Quarantine, instead of running AQ, you can reset, you know, something else with it. And I'm sure the way it works is it resets literally all of your stuff. So if you're running Catahard, RK9, and Cursed AA, that'll give you, what is it, 369. You can reset and then run all of them again for their Vanguards. You might miss out on one because we only have 16. But still, yeah, you can reset everything now with the Battle Pass, and that's kind of nice. Again, it's not a free item. The free items are still the Valkyrie Federation coins. The other useful item out of the Battle Pass that I remember is at the very end, you get a 10 legendary Stigma coins. So basically you can choose which legendary Stigma instead of it being an RNG box. And I believe there's about 3 packs of 10 rare Stigma coins. So if you're still trying to hunt your blue Stigmas down, or you want to get those for just feedstock fodder, then you can get 3 rare Stigmas, and of course you can pick them too. So they're obviously pushing Stigmas more and more and more through all the content, which I am very happy to see about. Those are the most notable things that I can remember about the Battle Pass. Of course, there's still cosmetics and all that stuff. It's just not something that's usually, yeah, it's not something I care to go for. So, nice. Disconnected from the server. Gotta love it. I'm trying to record a video and the game goes kaput. Alright, well, the next thing I was gonna show is pets. And we'll do that once I get back. Alright, so now that we are back, I have no clue if internet just went out for that short minute. Other devices were fine. I heard apparently the server went down for a few seconds. I don't know, but we are back, and yeah, let's go into pets now. So pets have added adventure, and you can send your pets that you don't use out to go and collect your goodies. Now you can see when you send a pet out, you will not be able to access it. This is just like from PC, and it'll take quite some bit of time. So basically, if you have a superior pet, you'll get an additional 25% rewards. If you have a rare pet, you get 10, and if you have an uncommon, you get no additional rewards. And as well as the time will be decreased as far as uncommon, rare, and superior. And these are the 3 adventures you can send your pets out on, is the CAThm Hard, Gossamer's Vault Hard, and RK9 Hard. Do know, these dungeons don't really mean anything. They're kind of just names of dungeons are in game. You don't actually do anything with this. This is simply you get online, you send your pet out, and then you wait for the timer to run out, and you collect the rewards. And for each time you collect, you'll get a small batch of emerald sapphires, some golden plates and silver plates, along with some stigmas. So it's basically free rewards if you have the pets to spare. And yeah, that's about it. It's as simple as you just send them. The sending is a little wonky, and picking up your rewards is a little wonky. I think the time that I picked it up, I had to press receive all rewards instead of trying to press Y and receive specific. So it's a little clunky, you'll just have to work through it. And then the last thing is we have change pet appearance, which basically you can select your pet and then change it to any other pet, and it keeps its stats and just looks different. So let's say you have a Juicy that has good stats and you're like, man, I really wish my RK9 pet had these stats. As long as you have a pet appearance change voucher, you can change its appearance. So, and that is basically it for pets. They did say something along the lines of changing how the Transcendence rules work. I tested it. I didn't feel any crazy difference. I don't know if it's just that they can't override each other, or if it's that you are meant to not be able to use multiple. And if that's what they meant, but from what I've noticed, the game still feels the same as far as pets and summoning and doing whatever with that kind of stuff. So that is it for pets. The last thing we have is going through the Highwatch stores. So we have our Harvest Festival event, which I did claim these things last season, and you are able to reclaim them. So they did refresh the store, so anything you had, you can now get again. I believe the premium specialty store has also been refreshed, so pick up these extra tickets. And then Dungeon Essence Merchant has also been refreshed as always, and there's a few extra different goodies in him this time. A box that doesn't have a name, some Christmas stuff, a pink little sharky shark. And yeah, so that is about it for this video. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you got questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to get back to them as soon as I can. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, as I would greatly appreciate it and help me out. That's about it. Hope you have a fantastic day or night. And as always, I hope to see you in Aboria, gamers.